Welcome to Eat Right by George, the healthy cooking show that shows you that healthy can be delicious. And speaking of delicious, on today's show, I'll be showing you how to make a dish called Hawaiian Chicken. It's a very colorful and delicious dish and very low in calories. And for Hawaiian Chicken, we're going to need pineapples in their own juice, not in heavy syrup, or a fresh pineapple. We'll need red peppers, which are a great source of vitamin C, brown rice, which will be the alternative to white rice, and it's better for your glycemic index. And we're also going to use ginger. A lot of people are not sure what to do with ginger. Well, you're going to see in Eat Right by George today how to prepare Hawaiian chicken using ginger, which will be in the sauce for the Hawaiian chicken. We'll also be using some grapeseed oil to saute the chicken. And we're using chicken fillets, which have no skin on them. That's about 100 calories less with no skin, and we have trimmed off all the fat. So we have tender chicken fillets. The first thing I'm going to start off when making Hawaiian chicken, I'm going to take a little piece of the ginger and I'm going to peel it. And we need about a teaspoon of ginger. It's very strong, so you can't use too much. But the great thing about ginger is it can stick around for a long time. You can keep it in your refrigerator and it will last for quite a while. So take a peeler, take the peel off of your ginger. It smells so good, it's so fresh, and it's actually a great thing to use when you are maybe nauseated or not feeling so good, you have a little stomach upset. We'll take a little piece of ginger and you can actually make a little ginger tea. Grate some ginger into some water, to boiling water, and have some ginger tea. Right now I'm smelling the ginger, it's so good. So all I do is take a grater, grate my ginger, use a little elbow grease there. And once you have about a teaspoon of it, you want to put that aside. And as you can see, I'm using the small ends, the small holes there to do this. When you're grating, you just keep going from side to side. Hold the corner and just keep going side to side until you get enough. As you can see here, I have about a teaspoon of ginger. I'm going to put that aside here on my cutting board and put my ginger aside. Another great thing that ginger is good for is it's also great for pain. You can grate a little bit of ginger onto your muffins. If you have a lot of pain, you can grate ginger on muffins. And ginger is supposed to help reduce some of the pain. It's an anti-inflammatory. So put that aside here. And the next thing I want to do is slice my red peppers. So look at this beautiful red pepper. It's so shiny and delicious. What you want to do with red peppers is cut the ends off, clean out the middle. As you can see, there are some seeds there. And I want to have just little rings. So I'm going to slice my red pepper to little rings, thin rings. Take your French knife, let the blade do all the work. I want about 3 or 4 rings. This is a really good dish to make for the entire family. And these are also going to be in the sauce for our Hawaiian chicken. And this is supposed to be really colorful because you know things that come from Hawaii are really colorful. And let's say you're having a Hawaiian party, well, you want to serve your guests some Hawaiian chicken. And this time I'm using an orange pineapple or orange red pepper. It's going to go with the pineapple. Oh, careful. Always let the blade do the work. Make sure your knives are nice and sharp. Got about enough for this one. About 3 slices there. Put that aside. So you can see here, we're building up here a little list of ingredients. And also our yellow pepper. Cut the top off. Get a lot of practice here. And peppers are a great source of vitamin C. There's actually more vitamin C in a red pepper than an orange. And there's double the amount of vitamin C that you need in a day in a red pepper. How about that? Another reason to make this dish. Getting a lot of vitamin C. So as you can see here, we got red pepper, orange and yellow. The red pepper is the sweetest of them all. So what I want to start first doing here is heating up my pan. Let's see where our little knob is. We got the pan heated up. I'm going to add a little bit of the grapeseed oil, about a teaspoon. Get moving. A spoon here. And what I'll do first is just saute my red peppers in here first. Make sure it's up. You have trouble with this. Okay. Get our red peppers in here sauteed, and with our yellow peppers. Pan heated up, and then add a little bit of the ginger to kind of give them the flavor. Get this out of the way so you can see. Over here for now. Give them a good saute, get them cooking here. And what I've done is before the show started, I took a fresh pineapple and sliced it into little rings, and I also reserved the juice from the pineapple also. Because that's what's going to give the sauce the flavor, is the juice from the pineapple. So I'm going to add that once I've cooked these a little bit longer. Just heating up here. Get these cooking. Once they start cooking, then we're going to add our pineapple juice, and we're going to add a little bit of chicken broth. So we're going to have a sort of a sweet and sour flavor. This is actually a very similar recipe to sweet and sour chicken. But as you know, sweet and sour chicken has a lot of calories because it's deep fried and it has a lot of sugar, and it's a bad combination, deep fried with a lot of sugar, of course, and calories and fat. So this is sort of a alternative to sweet and sour chicken. This has the sweetness from the pineapple, which is in its own juice, not in heavy syrup, and a little bit of chicken broth, which is very nutritious. And to kind of give it that Polynesian flavor, we have the grated ginger. Now we're bringing this up now and heating it up a little bit more. I'm going to take and add the juice from the pineapples. I want to get all that juice in there because that's all the flavor. And reserve your pineapple rings because that's going to be your decoration for your pineapple chicken. So stir this up. this is cooking. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon or two of the chicken broth. I'm using low sodium. And let those cook together. There's also a lot of interesting facts about pineapples. Now, pineapples were actually discovered by Christopher Columbus back in 1493. He discovered pineapples on Guadalupe Island, and ever since then they have been a luxury, especially to the colonists who first came to this country. They discovered the pineapples and brought them here, and they were a luxury to all the people because it's something they didn't have. You couldn't have too often. You had to get it from a very hot climate. And nutritiously, pineapples are a good source of vitamin C. As we were talking about earlier, it's good for your immune system. And also, pineapples contain bromelain, which is an enzyme that helps to reduce inflammation in the body. So once again, if you are in a lot of pain or have a lot of arthritis, this is a good recipe because you're going to get the enzyme bromelain from the pineapple, fresh from the pineapple, and that enzyme is going to reduce some of your pain, some of the inflammation that you might be going on in your body. So you're getting vitamin C, you're getting important enzymes, and the problem that many of us have is that when we cook our food too much, we cook out the enzymes and we kill the enzymes which we need for nutrition. So this is starting to smell even better now that it's cooking. Once you bring this up to a boil, I'm going to add a little flour just to give it a little as a thickening agent. So I add just a couple tablespoons of flour. That will thicken our sauce. Sometimes people use different kinds of thickening agents to thicken up different things. They use cornstarch. Sometimes they use arrowroot. That's another thickening agent. You can make a roux, which is a combination of butter and flour also. It all depends. Also when you're making the sauce, I recommend that you use a little whisk so it breaks up any little lumps that you see. Sometimes you get little lumps. So use a wire whisk to break those up. We're going to let that cook down real good. Now another thing that I use for this, another food that I'm using for our recipe, and I'm substituting, instead of white rice, we will be using brown rice. Now as you know, white rice actually is brown rice, or it was brown rice until it's stripped of its shell. So the thing that's great about brown rice is that brown rice helps to keep your blood sugar levels more steady, because the problem with white rice is that sometimes it makes your blood sugar levels go too high, and that's not a good thing. So we really should start having more brown rice in our diet. And many people ask me, well, how can I make brown rice more tasty, or how can I make brown rice so that it's not so hard? Because sometimes brown rice can be very hard. Well, the problem is that people forget to soak the rice. So if you soak your brown rice the night before and then cook it the next day, you'll have nice fluffy brown rice. It won't be too hard to cook or mushy as you're over stirring it. So I'm cooking my sauce here. Once it thickens up, it's just about ready. And once it comes to a boil, I'm going to let that sit aside, and I'm going to saute our chicken. Once it comes to a boil, as you can see here, it's pretty much ready. Because if you cook it for too long, you can evaporate all the sauce. So next I'm going to Move some things around here. Brought it to a good boil. I'll set that aside, and I'm going to put this over here. And I'm actually using some very interesting pans. They're Hoseri pans. They're non-toxic. These pans have a ceramic coating, and the ceramic coating helps to keep the pans from releasing any types of toxins. As you know, some pans, like Teflon pans, they have a coating that cannot be very good for you. Sometimes they scratch very easily. The surface comes off while you're cooking. You don't want that into your cooking, into your food. So this is I think it's a much better way, cleaner way of cooking. So what I've done here is I've heated up my grapeseed oil. That has a better flash point than a lot of the other oils. So once again, I'm avoiding too many toxins. And what I like to do is take and dredge my chicken in a little flour. I just have a little flour in a bowl, about half a cup of flour. And put that on my pan. Once again, dredge it. Keep one hand clean. That you don't want both of your hands to be messy. Putting those in my pan here. Put these aside. Well, they're cooking up now. And you want to make these golden brown. So if you have tongs, you'll be able to work with them a little bit better. Get them. Push this around the side here. And as I mentioned earlier, this chicken doesn't have the skin on it, and you're saving about 100 calories per fillet. And I trimmed the fat off of it earlier to get rid of some of the calories. And I'm using the fillets, so the breast fillets, they're nice and tender, and they have all the flavor, and when you're eating, you know, it's not real tough. And I'm not really deep frying the chicken. What I'm doing is just giving it some color. I'm going to flip it a couple times here. Another way that you can prepare the chicken is grill it. So if you have a grill, you can just take and marinate your chicken in some of the pineapple juice and some of the chicken broth, some of the seasonings, and the ginger, of course. Don't forget the ginger, the minced ginger. You want to take your chicken the night before, marinate it, even in a little plastic container or bag, then put it onto your grill and saute it. You can turn this up just a tad here. So once this is cooked up, you'll get a nice clean plate. To present it, I would take some rice, put it on the bottom here. Our chicken's really cooking now. Some of the brown rice, I'll put that on the bottom. this over. Get these nice and golden brown. Keep turning them. Oh, now they're really cooking. When I start medium heat, then I go to high heat. And as a garnish, what I'll do is take a green onion for my garnish and chop that up while the chicken's cooking. I always want to have a little garnish on top. You can use the ends. A lot of people ask me, should I chop the ends when I'm chopping my green onion? Should I just chop the front? I say, use the whole thing, almost all of it. You know, the fresher the better. Just flip this over. The nice thing about these pans is they cook everything even, so it's not just cooked on one side. They cook everything nice and golden brown and cooked all the way to the center. That's why I love using these. So I have my brown rice cooked, I have my sauce cooked. The last thing here is get the chicken cooked. Another tip I give people is if you're not always sure if the chicken is cooked all the way, you can always stick a little knife through the center and see if it's pink. If the juices are still pink, it's not ready. They should be clear. And if you're worried about that, you can always actually have your oven preheated and put your chicken in the oven for a few minutes to help cook it as well. There we go. We got our chicken cooking here. Hey, make sure to check us out also on Facebook. Eat Right by George Facebook, just search it out. You'll find a lot of other Eat Right by George recipes on there and videos and tips. Send us a friend request. We'd love to have you as a friend on Facebook. Send pictures of any of the Eat Right by George recipes that you prepare. We'd love to see those as well, because it's always fun to get feedback from all our viewers. Now we're cooking. Get these nice and golden brown. Move them around your pan. Looking good here. And remember, when you're cooking meat especially, you want to keep the portion about 3 ounces. So you want to keep your meat portions about 3 ounces. Did you know that half your plate should be fruits and vegetables, 1/4 carbohydrate, and 1/4 protein. So meat shouldn't be the main attraction on your plates. Meat should only be 1/4. Actually, the main attraction should be your vegetables, which in this case would be your red peppers and yellow peppers. Your pineapple, of course, the fruit, that should be part of your plate as well. So really, about a 3 ounce portion would be about the size of a deck of cards. Let's see, this one's ready. So what I'll do is put this on a plate here, as these are cooking. And take a couple of the pineapple rings, and put on the side here. We'll take some of our sauce and our red peppers. Oh, this one wanted to get out too. Take some of your sauce, put that on, as you can see. Just drizzle it, just for flavor. And I like to finish this with some of the chopped green onions for color. And voila, there you have it, Hawaiian chicken, everybody. As you can see, we've got lots of color in here. You have all your food groups, your vegetables, your fruits, your protein, your grains from the brown rice, and a little bit of sauce from the pineapple juice as well. Well, I want to thank you for joining me here on Eat Right by George, the healthy cooking show that once again shows you that healthy can be delicious. Here you are. Enjoy and aloha.